started over because I am cold. Whew, child. Okay, now go ahead and subscribe. Please and thank you. They got this AC. I'm just so distracted because they got this AC on, I think like, I don't know what they had on, probably something in the 60s. They just clicked it on, not auto, but on. Okay, so now that you subscribe, go ahead and hit the notification bell. So next time I post, we're just going to do some real talk. That's it. Real talk with Shae Davis tonight. Let me tell you, when I thought about it, I was just sitting up thinking about how we teach our kids stuff. And my thing is, if you're going to teach your kids anything, why would you want to teach them how to be jealous? Because that's definitely a learned behavior. That's a taught behavior. Like you're always in competition trying to one-up someone else. So, I don't understand that. But you understand that the spirit of competition and trying to outdo the next person leads to so many other issues that you can sometimes spend a lifetime trying to get over. It's like, you teach your kids to be competitive, or you yourself. Don't even forget about teaching your kids. I just want you to know that when you act a certain way, your kids naturally pick that up. Observation, watching you do it, subconsciously they picking all that kind of stuff up. And so I want you to be mindful of that. Because when you have a spirit of competition with somebody else, or trying to outdo each other, or trying to keep up with the Joneses, that kind of thing, you got to know that leads to jealousy. Because on some level, if you really, really don't care about what nobody else is doing or thinking or whatever, you're in your own lane. You don't have time to be watching nobody else's business and then trying to go, okay, you got a Mercedes, let me go get, you got a C class, I got to go get the E class. Who cares? Who cares? I mean, when you be in your own lane, you really don't pay attention to what other people do. You see it, you happy for them. This is when you're in your own lane. You can see people, you can be happy for them, you can congratulate them, you can compliment them, you can do all of that when you in your own lane, minding your own business and not in competition with nobody but yourself. But when you're in competition as an adult and you have people around you that look up to you, whether it's your kids, your nieces, your nephews, or whoever, they kind of have a tendency to take on that energy. I don't care what nobody say. They watch. Kids watch and they repeat. Good, the bad, and all of that. So think about that. When you in competition with somebody else, even when that person ain't in competition with you and you're just trying to one-up them, you have a little bit, tainted bit, or maybe a lot of jealousy. Competition creates people who are jealous. Because you're always watching what someone else is doing and trying to outdo them. Which creates a sense of insecurity because you never feel like you are enough. Because if you felt like you were enough, you wouldn't have to compete with other people. So you understand the cycle? Like trying to compete, create jealousy, not feeling like you're enough on any spectrum of what you do. And then you try to overcompensate on every single level because it's never enough. There's nothing wrong with reaching for higher for what's your personal goals, but not reaching for higher because your neighbor doing better, or your sister doing better, your friend doing better, or whatever, whoever's doing better. So just please understand that one, subconsciously we have thoughts, and when you can tell you can turn those thoughts on, just like you continue to let them grow. You can shift what you're thinking. Shift what you're thinking. You can say positive things to yourself. You can say, hey, I'm happy for them. I'm truly happy for them. And mean it. Actually mean it. Without going back and saying, I'm happy for her, but behind her back, you're saying something totally different. Because that also creates a level of gossip too. So when you in competition with someone, it creates competition, to jealousy, to insecurity, to gossip. Because I ain't never known nobody who was jealous of somebody else or in competition with somebody else who didn't talk about that person. You understand what I'm saying? So you just have to think all these trickle-down effects that just trying to be in competition with other people gets you. Those are 4 things that you could be wasting you could be putting your energy towards something else besides talking about people, having time to stop and say anything negative to someone. Like who want to make time to do that? Time is valuable, and oftentimes at the end of most people live, at the end of most people live, they could get anything else. They want more time. So why would you spend your time making somebody else's life front and center to your own life? Like you so focused on their life that you can't get your own life together. Because if you watching them, then you just trying to, like I said, you become consumed with trying to be more better, than this other person who may just be like, it could be real basic to them. Sometimes you're in competition with people who ain't even in competition with you, who can care less about what you talking about, what you doing, what you thinking, any of that. So you kind of have to check those emotions. You need to make it sure you're conscious and you're aware. If you get in the car, why are you getting in the car? Are you getting it because you like it, or you getting it because you're trying to keep up with the Joneses, or you get it because you're trying to impress somebody? Why are you getting it? Because it's real basic. A car is real basic. And if you just financially savvy, you're going to be like, okay, I need a reliable car with a low APR. Certain things you're going to think differently. Versus if you trying to keep up with the Joneses, you already know you got bills. You already know you got credit card debt. You already know in your house note you barely making that. You going to go out and get a brand new car? I mean, like, I'm talking about brand new. So you can do it. Now, don't get me wrong. You can do whatever you want. I'm just saying, why? Why would you put yourself in a more of a struggle position or more under stress when you don't have to? I don't care about driving. No, I don't have to drive. Whatever the year is, I don't have to drive that year of a car. I don't. I just need some cars with some low miles on it and it is reliable. That's what I need. Because I know that, that the other kind of luxury cars or whatever, I mean, I guess I can do that if I wanted to. But if I don't, if I can't go pay cash for that car, then I don't need to be driving that car. Simple as that. I don't want no payment. So if I have to have a payment on it, and I'm going out and doing the most and can't afford to pay cash for it, then that's probably a sign that I'm in competition with someone else, or I am trying to keep up with someone else, or I'm trying to keep up with an image, because all of this goes with, trying to live up to the Joneses and trying to keep up with other people. Think about y'all need to be thinking about that. Because people would have people judge me. I think my thing is this: if you're not gonna pay no bill for me, don't tell me what kind of car to drive. Don't tell me where to live. Don't tell me what to wear. Don't do none of that. And even if you are trying to pay for me, I'm still gonna want to do what I want to do in my lane for me, for Shae Davis. That's it. Because I'm definitely gonna want you to be the best who you can be. I don't want to be in competition with you. I don't want to be none of that. And I really wish other people just kind of sit back and think, because I think people have been in competition with other people so long that they are not aware. You got to stop and do some self-reflection so that you realize how this cycle, one competition with one person, go into jealousy, create insecurity, all one thing combined, just compounding on top of the other. There's none of that. And then go into gossip, because you're going to talk about the person. Girl, did you see what she had? Just one thing after the other. So at some level, you got to be conscious enough to say, I'm not going to do this no more. It's not even worth it. I'm not going to give you front row center, or whoever it is, center to my life that I have to give that much thought to them. I just don't think, I guess I just don't think about people like that. I mean, I love people, don't get me wrong. I just don't have nobody in my mind that I'm, thinking about in that sense of, oh, let me show them what I can do, or they got that kind of car, I want this kind of car. I've just never really had that kind of stuff in me. I could care less. I really, really, anybody know me for real, they know I don't care about that kind of stuff. I really don't. If I get a car, I need a car that's reliable. A car I can pay cash for. So if that means I'm not driving the G-Wagon, that means I'm not driving the G-Wagon. That means I can't afford to drive a G-Wagon. That's okay. I can't afford it now, but in the future I will be able to. Matter of fact, in the near future I will be able to. But guess what? That's still at the end of the day, if I'm able to, or when I'm able to, that don't necessarily mean I'm going to buy one. Just because I can afford to buy one. Some things I just don't feel like is important to spend my money in that way. And I just feel like when people, it's a trap to be in competition with other people. Free yourself. When you feel like you got that urge to say, okay, she got that, oh, she got that bag, I'm gonna go get me this bag. Free yourself. And make a decision to say, no, I'm glad, I'm gonna congratulate her, I'm gonna be truly happy for her. Even if your other little person on the evil side of your shirt, you don't got a good and evil. Even the little evil person saying, no, you don't be, don't be happy for her, be whatever. You control those thoughts. So if you catch yourself doing that, please wake up and know that you are leading yourself down a rabbit hole that could be never ending if you don't wake up and be conscious about what you're doing and why you're doing it. It ain't nobody worth you putting myself, it ain't nobody that I know of worth me putting myself under stress of any bills or any, living a lifestyle that I don't necessarily care to live. It ain't nobody worth it. That's all I had to say. I don't even know why that came into my mind, but I guess I kind of know why it came into my mind, but maybe I can't say on here. But I'm just saying for people to need to stop being in competition with people, because half the people you're in competition don't even know you competing with them. You know why they don't know you compete? Because they don't care about what you're doing. I'm just saying. So don't continue to waste your energy with that. And wake up and realize, hey, you're enough. What you have going on in your life at this season is enough and all you can handle right now, because you could do more than you will be doing more. And be happy with that. And once you're happy with the stage you're in, then you might be able to elevate for real. So anyway, I'm going to go to bed. I don't know what made me, I kind of know what it was. I think it's something, a thought came across my mind about a certain individual and how they be acting. And I was just like, why? I'm going to do like, why? And so I just said, let me pop on here in the video. Because if it's one person doing it, guess what? It's probably like 50,000 more people doing the same thing. Because we're never so original in ourselves that other people can't relate to what's going on. Trust me, if I know a person like that, you do too. You know a person. And if you don't want those people like that, okay, choose to do something different. Okay? You don't want to waste your life and go down the rabbit hole of being, jealous, a gossiper, just envying people for stuff. That ain't gonna help you. That keep you under stress. That keep you just like living your life and study. No. Ask yourself, is that worth it? And if it ain't worth it, then you choose to do something different. Because you don't have to be jealous of the next person. You can be totally happy with what you have. And work for what you have. And when you know you arriving, when you can pay stuff for your food, like if you want to go get a G-Wagon, as long as your bank account say I can write this check and it'll clear the next day, because I have the funds to do that, then you can afford it. So then you know what I'm saying? But if you having to go and finance it and then ask, somebody else for down payment, or have your man or sugar or whatever paying for it for you, then you can't afford it. That means whoever paying for it can afford it, not you. But I'm just saying, you got to stand up and stand on your own, and you got to look at yourself, and you got to reflect, and you got to make sure you're not that person. But if you want to be that person, then you going in wide open with your eyes wide open, and it's going to result in, jealousy and envy and talking and gossiping about people. So if that's what you want to do, then I can't stop you. But I would say, why waste that kind of energy on other people who may not even know you exist, or might even care whether or not you exist or not. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go, because I think I'm getting a little bit sleepy. But I'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll know the next time I post. I don't even know what, me, I'll think of something, and then something that's going on. Don't get me wrong. It ain't just anything. When I'm talking about stuff, 9 times out of 10 because it's something that I've experienced. So I'm just saying, I'm going to let y'all go with that. Don't forget to subscribe. Talk to y'all again. Love y'all.